Welcome to Tamer Bowling Video Ball Reviews.
We need your support, so if you like what we do, please support us by joining our Patreon page.
I want to thank Limerick Bowl for their support. If you're in the area, don't forget to visit Limerick Bowl in Limerick, Pennsylvania.
Hey everybody, today we have the Motiv Alpha Jackal. This time we have it on the 42-foot PBA Scorpion pattern. So our sport shot score was a B for the Motiv Alpha Jackal. I want to almost consider sport shot tests kind of a true motion review. House shots tend to blend the balls, kind of together, play around the same zone. But with sport shots, you see a little bit more of the nuances of the ball. This is a 30 mil pattern, so it's pretty high volume. So we kept the factory finish. These high volume, medium, long patterns can offer a lot of different variations, and they can be tricky sometimes. I tried this ball in 3 different zones to give you a flavor of the ball's motion characteristics. And let's start with the more direct line. Many times the outside on these high volume flat patterns are no man's land for me and probably a lot of bowlers. They're very over-under, lots of 2-to-2 loads and make it unplayable sometimes. But you can see the strength of the ball almost makes it playable. Somewhere around 11 at the arrows to 7, 8, 9 was workable. Get it out beyond that and I was surprisingly not completely punished as it still tried to kind of steam uphill. Missing beyond 9 and it's not going to hold, but really you can't expect to have the world on a flat pattern. I move into the next zone and it's not surprising, it's pretty tough to play. I mean 12, 13, 14 to 9 let's say, and you're just in the heart of the volume and it probably isn't a ball around that can manage to chug back for me on fresh from here. Now I'm trying to use my new changes of axis rotation, just to get it to play from a little deeper, which makes it tough. And then I move into 4th arrow and beyond, and would it surprise you if I thought, wow, 20 to 10, and this ball just popped with strong backhand. I'm in the flat part of the pattern now, and it's a 42 foot, so theoretically there's plenty of boards for motion off the end of the pattern. Of course, if you will play the flat part of the pattern, you better be splitting your targets front and back. However, I like the ball motion, and that kind of what I consider grip off the pattern gave me confidence. I can argue perhaps a touch too much grip than I really need from that far in. But even when I thought I missed out a bit, that extra bite of the surface allowed the ball to make it back. The bottom line is the Alpha had a pretty good shape overall for me and seemed to be pretty happy generating angle in the heavier oil. Brian is up next, and this is an interesting contrast. With my style, I had stronger shape on a sport shot than the house shot. With Brian, he had smoother shape on the sport shot and more down lane motion on the house shot. So let's dig into why. Again, this is a high volume, medium long pattern. We talked about outside being tricky. Ball seems to float forever with the amount of 2-to-2s. Brian's style usually means less board coverage and tighter lines. Accuracy is the name of the game. And this pattern turned out to be pretty tricky for Brian, and we've seen this before, and it's not that different. He felt like he needed to use a pretty direct line, as the ball really didn't pop off the end of the pattern like it did on the house. At the same time, direct line jump had no chance of holding. So he needed to be at about 10 or 11 at the break point to get to the pocket, which seems to match that pattern length minus 31 formula. But he couldn't go straight up 11 to 11. And then 12 to 10 was very touchy coming in soft. And even at this volume, I believe the cover strength may have been a bit too much. It was too smooth, leading off energy too early and then becoming a bit too forward. If he was more direct or pointed it, that early move just meant no hold.